Good morning, students. This is the fourth lecture of pumps, hydraulic machine pumps. Okay, so in this lecture, we are going to study different types of the pumps. Okay, in this, we are going to study multi-stage centrifugal pump, airlift pump, jet pump, and submersible pump. Okay, and we are going to study all these pumps just briefly. Okay. So, what is a multi-stage centrifugal pump? We have seen this pump in the slides before this, in the lectures before this. So, a multi-stage centrifugal pump is one which has two or more identical impellers mounted on the same shaft or on different shafts. Okay. Now, what is a multi-stage centrifugal pump? It is a pump which has two or more identical impellers mounted on the same single shaft or different shafts. Oh, okay. So we'll see, there are two types. There are two different scenarios in which we'll use multi-stage centrifugal pump. Okay. The first scenario, okay, it is to produce heads greater than that permissible with a single impeller. Okay. Okay, so we have to increase our available head. Okay, we are using a single impeller. Okay, it is providing us a fixed head up to which the water can be lifted. Okay, now we have to increase that head, but it is impossible with a single impeller. So what we will do is, okay, in that case we will use a series arrangement of multi-stage centrifugal pump. Okay, so first is to produce heads greater than that permissible with a single impeller and keeping discharge constant. That is, we do not have to increase or decrease discharge, we have to keep the discharge constant. Okay, and we have to just increase the head. Okay, so this task can be achieved by series arrangement where a number of impellers are mounted on the same shaft and enclosed in the same casing. Okay, so instead of using a single impeller on a single shaft, we will use a number of impellers, multiple impellers on that single shaft only. Okay, so this is known as a multi-stage centrifugal pump in a series arrangement. Okay, now second scenario. Okay, now what we have to do is we do not have to increase any head, we have to keep the head constant, but we have to increase the amount of discharge of the liquid. Okay, now this task is accomplished by parallel arrangement of multi-stage centrifugal pump in which impellers are mounted on separate shafts. Okay, in which we'll mount multiple impellers on multiple shafts, not a single shaft but multiple shafts. So in this case what we can achieve is we can achieve a large discharge of liquid keeping head constant. Okay, so these are two different types. One is the series arrangement, other is the parallel arrangement. Okay, this is the diagram of a multi-stage centrifugal pump in a parallel arrangement. Okay, these are two different shafts. Okay, this is shaft number 1, this is shaft number 2 at the center. Okay, these are shafts at the center, two different shafts are used, so this is a shaft in parallel. Okay, and it is required for high discharge. Okay, as we have seen in the last slide. Okay, now next pump is the jet pump. Okay, a jet pump is a pump that operates on the principle of a high pressure fluid jet and the Venturi meter effect. Okay, now instead of reading all these points, you can pause the video and read the points later. Okay, I'll directly show on the diagram how the jet pump works. Okay, so what happens is a liquid, okay, from below is entered in this assembly. This is an assembly of jet pump. Okay, now what will happen, this liquid will enter this arrangement. Now here at the center, here is a Venturi meter. Okay, where the area or the diameter is less. Okay, and hence at this point what will happen, velocity will be high, pressure will be less. Okay, now what will happen is this liquid, some amount of liquid will enter here, some amount of liquid will go directly above, and here there will be a pipe connected. Okay, and it will come through this nozzle. Okay, this will be a pipe arrangement. Okay, and this water will come out through this nozzle and it will strike this venturimeter. Okay, now as the velocity is very high, okay, and here also velocity is very high, there is a very low pressure area created, and due to this, okay, due to a low pressure area created, a vacuum is created in this portion. Okay, now as a vacuum is created, what happens, the water below which is stored here will get sucked into this vacuum. Okay, so in this way we can take water from a lower elevation and we can take it upwards to a very higher elevation. Okay, so what happens is, okay, what happens is liquid enters this arrangement, some liquid enters here, some liquid enters a pipe here which goes throughout and comes back again from this impeller, and it strikes this venturimeter. Okay, now due to the high velocity area created, the pressure will be low, and due to the low pressure a vacuum will be created, and due to the vacuum created, this liquid in the area here will be sucked in this portion and it will come out through the outlet. Okay, this is nothing but the working of a jet pump. Next type of pump is the airlift pump. An airlift pump is a pump that has low suction and moderate discharge of liquid and entrant solids. Okay, now what happens in a airlift pump is the compressed air mixes with the liquid, causing the air water mixture to be less dense than the rest of the liquid around it, and therefore is displaced upwards through the discharge pipe by the surrounding liquid of higher density. You can read this sentence again and again by pausing the video. Okay, I will show how this works. Okay, you can pause this video, you can read all these sentences, all these slides. Okay, now what happens is uh, this is the pipe through which the water will come out. Okay, this is the pipe through which water will come out in the pump. Now what happens, okay, uh, we know the density. For example, let us consider the liquid is water. The density of the water is 1000 kg per meter cube. Okay, this is the density of water. Now what will happen is, we know the density of air. Density of air is very negligible. Okay, so what we'll do, through this compressor we will add air in the water. Okay, we'll add air in the water. Okay, now this air will come in this portion where there is water. Air and water will mix, and hence that mixture, the air water mixture, its density is very less. So what will happen, that mixture will rise in this pipe. Okay, now as we keep on adding water, the water and air will mix. The that mixture, air water mixture, its density will be very less, and hence it will travel upwards through this pipe and it will come out. Okay, on a required head up to which we have to take the water. Okay, this is the simple working of an airlift pump. Okay, next and last we will see the submersible pump. Okay, a submersible pump is a device which has a sealed motor close coupled to the pump body. The whole assembly is submerged in the fluid to be pumped. Okay, now this is a submersible pump. Okay, now this pump's working is the same as that of centrifugal pump. Okay, but there is one single difference between centrifugal pump and a submersible pump. while submersible pump is also a centrifugal pump, but there is a main difference, which is okay. Now in the centrifugal pump, what was happening is the water was below the impellers. Okay, this is the main body of the pump, and it was out of water. Okay, so distance between water and the impeller, eye of the impeller, it was pretty much great, and it is known as the suction lift. Okay, it is known as the suction lift. But what happens in submersible pump, the whole assembly is submerged in the fluid to be pumped. Okay, now these are a number of impellers, okay, which are put in a series arrangement over single shaft. Okay, these are number of impellers which are arranged in series. Now what will happen, this whole assembly is inserted in the water, it is submerged in the water. Okay, so what happens, the main advantage of this type of pump is that it prevents pump cavitation. Okay, a problem associated with the high elevation difference between pump and the fluid surface. Okay, so what happens in this case, as the impeller and water are far from each other, okay, what happens, during the flow of water towards the impeller, there are losses due to cavitation. Okay, there are losses due to cavitation. But in the case of submersible pump, as the impeller is inside the water itself, okay, as it is submerged, there is no problem of pump cavitation. Okay, now submersible pumps are more efficient than jet pumps. Okay, now if we see jet pump, okay, jet pump and airlift pump, they are example of axial flow pumps. Okay, and centrifugal pump and submersible pump are example of radial flow pumps. Okay, so here we have finished the different types of pumps. In the next lecture we will calculate the power of a pump. Okay, thank you.